Good evening and welcome to another edition of Awaken the World. For those who don't know me, my name is Garen. And this evening we're going to be talking about an article on our blog entitled Losing Faith, the End of Belief. And this is a big one. There's a lot of people out there who are facing this, and we're going to talk about that. The definition of faith is quite simple. It is trust. Trust in anything. We may or may not trust our car, our partner, our dog, but we seem pretty sure when it comes to God. Or are we? Most would claim faith, or most who would claim faith are actually talking about belief. You see, faith is really simple. You have faith or trust that God exists, that there is a God, that there is a higher power, that there is an infinite sea of consciousness in which we swim. That is pretty much the end of faith. It is just trust. That's it. It's all the things that religion tries to pile on top of faith that lead to all the dysfunction that's going on. And this is where we really have to understand the difference. Anything after the faith that there is a God falls into the egoic, thought-centered mind of belief. And this is, again, as I said, where all the troubles actually come into. We have a trust that there is a God or a higher power, but anything we choose to think or say about it is belief. And it remains belief until it's not. And how does it not stay belief? It can only be transferred into a knowing when you have the direct experience. Notice the emphasis on you. You cannot develop knowing. You cannot know something without direct experience yourself. You can believe something, you can have a concept of something, but you cannot know it. That's just reality. As I said at the beginning, there exists today an ever-increasing number of Christians of all sects who, when cornered, will confess to losing faith. And it's not the faith they're losing. It's their belief in everything that's been sold to them after that faith. It is eliminating beliefs that previous generations bought into, but our consciousness is simply not there anymore. We won't buy into that so easily. It simply doesn't suit the growing rise of consciousness, and if it wishes to survive, it must adapt to that reality. And it doesn't mean that there isn't beautiful thing offered within religion, but it's time to let go of the separation, and it's time to let go of the dogma and everything related to belief and come back to the faith part of it. Christians and other religions would have us believe that to deny belief in the Bible or in someone's interpretation of it is to go against God, and an example of you not having faith. And that is a lie. Faith in a creator does not require or does not carry a requirement to have any belief in anything after that. It doesn't. You choose what works for you. You choose your path. All paths lead back to the Creator. There is no wrong path. There is no right path. There's just the path and the journey we face on the way, depending on which trail what we choose to do. It's our choice in this. And again, like I said, this is where the real problem comes in with beliefs, is that beliefs are never static. It changes through our lifetime. This is our evolution. And this is a crude example, okay, but when you were 5 years old, you believed in Santa Claus. Okay, pretty much by the time you're 20, chances are you don't believe in Santa Claus anymore. And that seems like a really simple example, but it's really no different. The fact is our beliefs are in constant flux. It is only once that we have an experience that there is any sort of solidifying within us an actual knowing. And the reason it solidifies in there as an energetic form is because that is the real, the experience. That's what we're here to have. Many of the things we think that we believe, of course, are not are not the result of our own thinking processes and our own decisions. They're things that we've been fed. We've been fed them even to a genetic level. Whereas a Western society steeped in Christianity and in the Abrahamic tradition is going to have generation upon generation of literal entrainment into the populace. And we're going to speak about, why in NDEs at another date there are differing experiences, and it really comes back down to this energy, and it's simply amazing. But back on topic with this, our beliefs have been handed to us by family. They've been handed to us by, our religious systems, by our philosophies, by our societies, by our media. Careful, conscious scrutiny of your beliefs will help you determine whether or not what you actually think you believe turns out to be valid, or whether you actually even believe it anymore. And it's a good thing to go through and see with yourself. It also shows you how transient they are. And this is important because of the instability of beliefs. It can easily drive us to infighting amongst each other, and eventually to war and even murdering each other all over a belief. A belief is not a known. A belief barely even fits the definition of theory, because at least with a theory, you have to have a pretty solid path to get to that theory, whereas beliefs you can just pop up in a heartbeat. This is the state and the difference between faith and belief. People in religious circles who are beginning to find a lack of fulfillment in the church are not losing faith. They still have faith in a creator. I believe that in my heart. The experiential crisis they're going through is a failure of the belief system that they've for so long held to be true, or perhaps had questions that they never thought they could ask. And it's time those questions were asked. This isn't to dismantle churches, it's to repurpose them back into what they're supposed to be and get them back online. We can end a lot of the problems by working in this direction. I hope this has been a helpful little video, and I hope you enjoyed the article that goes with it. This is Garen, and namaste, and of course we will speak again. Much love.